both of them have had goaltending issues, to say the least. I mean, you quick out, you figure that's your season gone. You lose one of the top 5 goaltenders in the NHL, figure your season's just about shot. You're pulling father-son duos from like the minors to come up and play for you. It is getting ridiculous. And then like with Calgary, you figure you go into the season saying, okay, finally we have a bona fide number 1 goaltender in Elliott. Elliott comes in, only starts 7 games so far to this point of the season for you, and Chad Johnson, who's one of my favorite goaltenders. I loved him when he was in Boston behind Rask. He's like Elliott in a way. He always got great praise being a backup, but never got the chance to be a starter. So he goes to Calgary as a backup. They bring Elliott in as the starter. Role reversal now. Johnson starting, Elliott's backing up. And it's basically right now in Calgary, your goaltending and some defense is holding you back. Your goaltending, you have 2 perennial just backups playing for fighting for the starting role. And right now Chad Johnson is winning.
Yeah. Moving on into some other news here. Ovechkin ties Maurice the Rocket Richard with 544 goals, and it pushes Ovechkin up to his 999th point of his career.
I mean, you can't say he's not good. Love him, hate him. He's good. That's. I mean, we don't even have to we wouldn't even have to talk about Ovechkin. All you got to say is 879 games played, 544 goals, 999 points. That's great. That's amazing. You're over a point a game. You're doing well for yourself in this game. I didn't look it up, but now I kind of wonder where he stands as far as close to Sidney Crosby, as far as points and all that. I wonder where he sits on that, but I mean, yeah, he's good. I think comparing him to Richard, I don't think it does justice for Ovechkin.
It doesn't.
He plays in, completely different game nowadays.
Yeah. It's completely different, and the talent pool especially is exponentially larger, and you're playing up against people that are you're having way more talent playing against you.
Yeah, in a way, you're playing against people who were bred to play this game. In a way. People that had played hockey their whole life. Not saying they didn't then, but the talent pool is extremely different, and that's something you just can't deny.
Yes. Roberto Luongo gets his 448th win. Excuse me. And it lands him in 5th place all time in goalie wins.
He's solid, man. He's been around forever. Forever. With Florida. Goes to Vancouver for many, many, many years.
Yeah,
comes back to Florida.
From Dallas.
Oh, yeah. Dallas. Yeah, just... Man, he's just... he's good. Yeah. He's always been steady. And for you guys that have Twitter, if you ever just want to laugh, follow him on Twitter, because he's probably the best NHL tweeter. It's great. But, 5th all time, that you figure what? That puts you in maybe the 5th best goalie of all time? Ish. I mean, if you go by wins...
Yeah, Luongo, I feel like it wasn't until 3, 4, 5 years maybe where like you started to see him again, because it was like he kind of disappeared for a little bit.
But he's been that goalie who's disappeared, but he's always been there.
Yeah, I feel like
his play is always dictated around his team's play. I feel
yes.
If his team's in the forefront, he's in the forefront.
Yeah, to me he's a guy that he's never been overrated. But he's
just
never
been rated.
He's never been underrated either. But he's just kind of like sitting in the middle and just kind of floating around doing his thing and not making a bunch of noise.
Which, I mean,
it's
not a bad thing.
No.
I mean, it's not. He's been solid forever. He's like, well, he is the Jaromir Jagr of goaltending. Not quite to the level of years, but I mean, it's been forever. Like, I mean, and to only play for 2 teams, that's unheard of. Like, think of how many teams Jagr's played for. He's been everywhere.
A lot.
He's been everywhere that would put him on a team. Like, and he just said today, I feel like I'm going to play to 55. So I'm going to play to 55 because that's what I want to do. And you're not going to tell him no. It's like if Luongo said he wants to keep playing until he's done. Like,
he has no more knees left.
Yeah, he's 37. If he said if he said I'm going to play until I'm 42, you're just okay, cool.
And I mean, there's surgery for that.
You could get fake knees.
So you can very well just take have an off season off and get some new knees.
And then he can get like a new elbow the next year.
Yeah.
He'd just be a bionic goaltender, and people sign him for years.
He's $1 million man.
Right? Well, I mean, he's a $6.17 million man this year.
There you go.
So, but I mean, he's a good goaltender. He's been solid. Like he's had a few off years. I mean, but he's just always consistently played games. He's never been low. Like, his lowest he's played. What recently? Let's take the last 8 years, from 09 08 09. The season he got hurt in 2013. He played 20 games, but before that it's consistent there. It's like 57, 60. You know, he's been a perennial starter. He's never had that backup role when he came in. Like a lot of goaltenders that start out as a starter, come back. You know, they find another team, so now you're the backup. But he's been a starter since his second year in the league.
All right, so recently on Saturday, pretty sure Saturday, Line A got smoked by McCabe.
Yeah, if I was Line A, I would be a tad bit mad at my teammate for passing me the puck right there with the ridiculous suicide pass. He passed it to him when he was probably 3 feet away from McCabe. Like, when he had his head turned, McCabe's looking the other way. There's not really a way you could get out of the way of it.
Yeah.
I won't even say it was a clean hit, because in my eyes, it was not a hit. It was an accident. It was 2 players that ran into each other. Man, it was brutal to see it. I mean, even McCabe, his eyes swollen shut. I think he had like 4 or 5 stitches under his eye. Like, he was messed up just as well. But, I mean, Line A's out with the concussion.
Yeah. Do you think that it's a good thing that the Jets have not put a timetable on his return?
Yeah. It's great. Because do you want him to end up being Sidney Crosby, where he gets rushed back and rushed back and rushed back after every injury and concussion, and you can't keep him healthy? That's what the Penguins did when they were ready to win with Sidney Crosby. He got a concussion, comes back, gets another one. He's out for almost a year. The Jets are a young team that are missing a few parts. He's going to be there for that building process.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not in that win situation now, you don't bring him back.
Yeah.
If he has to sit the whole year, you're fine. I mean, right now you're near the bottom of the conference. You have 43 points. Like, I mean, yes, you're like one out of a wild card spot, but even if you do make the playoffs and you hit that hot streak, you need them healthy then.
Yeah, winning, and especially with that, like, winning the cup, regardless of your playoff spot that you get into, it is not assured.
No.
So, like, I mean, it's great that Winnipeg is doing that. Just invest in your investment by taking care of it and taking care of him. Like, there's no reason that Winnipeg should feel rushed at all bringing him back. If anything, they should, like, be excited for the future of this kid because right now he's number 3 in goals.
Yes, be excited for the future of the kid, but don't risk his future.
Right.
And I think that's something that I think maybe gets lost maybe today is overall health when everybody's in a win right now.
Yeah.
What can you do for me now? Kind of
world
world we
at,
live in. Yeah, I mean he's what? 20? Maybe.
He is a child.
He cannot legally buy an alcoholic beverage. He is a child. He has a life ahead of him outside of hockey too.
Right.
And we've seen, with football concussions where players didn't go out for concussions. They kept playing. And luckily there's protocol in place now for this, but keep them out. Don't risk it. Don't worry about it. Just keep it out.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on into kind of local stuff here with St. Louis. I play tonight.
Yes, we play Boston tonight.
Yep.
David Backes homecoming.
Good old emotional return to the Lou.
Yeah. I was never a huge Backes fan when he was here. I appreciate the fact that he stayed here for 10 years. That he was our captain.
Yeah.
What he did for the team, he was a good leader. I wasn't a huge fan, but I was a fan because he was my captain. But he's in Boston, and Boston had a fit for him, so why not go there? I let it be known, Boston's my Eastern Conference team, which is how it is. I love Boston, but I wouldn't have signed him for the contract that they gave him. I wouldn't have given him 5 years. But that's on Boston. Was it smart for the Blues to not give him 5 years? Yeah. But, he comes back tonight. First game back, second game versus the Blues. I think the first game we played in Boston, he did have a goal against us.
Yeah.
So let's hope tonight it's a little different. He does not score on us. That'd be great. But
yeah, too bad we don't have anybody from Boston to score on them first.
Right. I think the only I'm trying to think. Who would have played in Boston? That Vladimir Sobotka guy that did not come back this year from overseas.
Right.
That guy. Well, that's
that
the
little
only
guy.
one.
Let's not worry about that little guy.
Yeah, that would be the only one I'm pretty sure that would have played for Boston at one point.
Yeah, so the Blues come off of a win against Dallas, and the Bruins come off of a overtime loss against Carolina. So it should be interesting to see what happens tonight.
Come on. The way that you said that, overtime loss to Carolina. Carolina can't go 0-82. They can get lucky every night, one night a week,
Yeah. 0-0 and 82 and make it to